Today's national accounts shows that the Australian economy is strengthening and the Morrison government's economic recovery plan is working. In the December quarter, Australia enjoyed economic growth of 3.1%, significantly beating market expectations of 2.5%. This is the first time in recorded history that Australia has seen 2 consecutive quarters of economic growth of more than 3%. The Australian economy has recovered 85% of its COVID-induced fall, 6 months earlier and twice as fast as we expected in last year's October budget. This is a very encouraging performance from the Australian economy, given the economic abyss that we were staring into at the peak of this crisis. Australia's performance on both the health and the economic front is world-leading, with our economy outperforming all other advanced economies in 2020. While the United Kingdom contracted by 9.9%, Italy 8.9%, France 8.2%, Canada 5%, Japan 4.8%, the United States 3.3%, Australia was only down by 2.5%. This is an achievement that all Australians have contributed to and all Australians can be proud of. There are still sectors and regions that are doing it tough. But our economic support will continue, and today's national accounts confirm that a strong, broad-based recovery is underway. What is particularly pleasing in today's numbers is that as our emergency support is tapering off, the private sector is stepping up. In the December quarter, direct economic support from the federal government halved. Yet at the same time, the economy grew by 3.1%, 320,000 new jobs were added, and 2.1 million Australian workers graduated off JobKeeper. In December, consumption was up 4.3%. Business investment was up by 2.6%, its strongest result since 2017. And dwelling investment was up 4.1%, its strongest quarterly increase since 2015. The rebound in investment was driven by specific measures in our economic plan, including home builder and the expanded instant asset write-off. This is seen in the purchases of machinery and equipment, like vehicles and harvesters, that was up 8.1%, the largest quarterly increase in nearly 7 years. Farm GDP was also up 33% in the quarter, off the back of the second best winter crop on record. After a devastating and protracted period of drought, this was a welcome outcome for our hard-working farmers in Australia's regions. As restrictions have eased and Australians have come back to work, the nation's wages bill, as measured by the compensation of employees, is up 1.5% in the quarter and 2% through the year. With business and consumer confidence back to its pre-pandemic levels, Australian consumers are becoming less cautious, with the savings ratio falling from 18% to 12%. While still around 3 times higher than its pre-pandemic levels, the reductions in the savings ratio will continue to support consumption across the economy. With an additional $240 billion accumulated on household and business balance sheets that was not there at this time last year, there is substantial scope for the private sector to take advantage of the economic recovery. All states and territories saw economic growth in the December quarter, with Victoria recording the strongest growth at 6.8% as it came out of lockdown. While Victoria's economy is still 3.4% below pre-pandemic levels, state final demand has recovered across the rest of the country. The Australian economy begins 2021 in a very strong position. We have maintained our AAA credit rating. Our labour market has remained resilient, with around 94% of the 1.3 million Australians who either lost their jobs or saw their working hours reduced to zero at the start of this pandemic now back at work. And business investment is up off the back of the Morrison government's expanded instant asset write-off, home builder program and other incentives that we put in last year's budget. Our economic recovery plan is working, and today's national accounts is a testament to that fact. The job is not done. There are challenges ahead, but you wouldn't want to be in any other country but Australia as we begin 2021.